Hey guys, and welcome to the promised second half of the video, which is me going down Druidale. This obviously is the turn off from the Brandywell Road off the mountain. Obviously you guys will get turned off there if there's an accident further along. You'll head down here, and this is the road that you want to take if you want to head back to the general north of the island. This is the road that you will take. This one takes us down to Blaff Glen and then Blaff Bridge. And without further ado, we will bomb along said road. Now you see, that is the sort of bike you ought to be doing this on. And the bike I'm riding is the sort of bike that you only do if you're trying to make a good YouTube video. Right, so on we go. Now, I've already said the hazards on this road in the previous video, but I'll go through them again. Obviously, as you can see, lots of mud, lots of gravel, and lots of sheep, lots of cattle grids, and lots of wet bits on the road, lots of missing bits of tarmac. It's a rally stage at the end of the day. It's a really good rally stage, but I'm not in a rally car, I'm on a super sport bike. So we'll just bumble along here. This isn't going to be a quick video, but I will try and point out as many little areas to watch out for as possible. Sheepy, baby sheepy. So yeah, this one here, don't go too fast into it. It catches a lot of people out. A lot of people just go whoop. And this is steep here. I'm not sure it's going to show on the camera. It never really seems to do it justice on the camera, but this is steep. Like, I'm not using any throttle at all. I'm using the brakes, and the bike's still wanting to accelerate down the hill. So again, big holes in the tarmac, gravel everywhere, oil spills, sheep in road. Hello sheep. Lamb in road. Hello lamb. Just having a sleep and getting warmed up, I think. So yeah, and obviously with the blind crests, it's a single track road, you don't know what's coming, so just heads up for when you're coming over those. Expect something like a van. It's about the biggest thing that you're gonna encounter coming up here. And yeah, the surface in general is very bumpy. This is not one that you want to be attacking, really. I guess if you bring the right sort of bike, you could attack this road, but I am not on the right sort of bike at the moment. But as I said, more going down. Nice big landslide there. That gets worse every time I come down this road. So it gets a little bit dodgy here, or it has been a little bit dodgy. You can see it's just like a tapestry of tarmac where they've just kind of filled in one pothole, come back 6 months later, filled in another pothole, and it doesn't make for the smoothest or safest riding surface. Let me come down. Not entirely sure what that is. Is that a mobility scooter? No idea what that was. It had a wheelie wheels on the back to stop him falling off the back, so it must be rapid. Alright, so here we come to the second of said cattle grids. This is a little bit of uphill. Now that back there, I would argue, is the sketchy bit. Like once you start getting onto this, the tarmac's a little bit nicer. There's less of all the various hazards that I spoke about before. And obviously this is a delightful summer's day. It's this is about as good as it gets on the island. I'll come around over the third cattle grid. Lots of gravel, potholes, etc. So this is a nice big dip, this one. I'd say this is the only one where you're going to get the opportunity to be in third and fourth gear. And you can just kind of bomb along this one quite nicely because you can see all the hazards miles away. Or at least I could if my hair wasn't going in my eyes. And it's quite tight, this one. You can see all the gravel and the potholes, etc. Something else to watch out for. More potholes, more gravel. It just seems to be little bad bits. Obviously the weather affects the road differently in certain places, and there just happens to be those bits where it obviously gets affected very badly. And now we're on to, oh, I've lost count of categories. Is it 4? We'll go with 4. I will pull up here so you guys can have a look at the view. And that is Sully Reservoir. You can probably just about see it. Snaefell, obviously. North Rule is the peak to the left. You've got the Thorlty-Wheel Road going up there, so you can see where you come down in the other video. And Thorlty-Wheel Plantation obviously on the left, and this again is Thorlty-Wheel Plantation up here, up the other side of the valley. If you're into off-roading, if you come over on off-road bikes and you want to do some green laning, there are some fantastic little tracks around here. I'm not going to be doing that sort of stuff. That's for somebody else to take up the responsibility. But if you do want to go green laning, nice green lane up there. Obviously, treat our green lanes with respect. Try not to ride up and wheel spinning everywhere and splattering mud and creating massive gouges out of the planet. So yeah, now this is the big steep drop into Ballaugh Glen. So we're starting to see a bit more sheep. Now obviously the sheepies have decided, oh, that was an impressive jump, you should be a horse. So yeah, that is Ballaugh Plantation. As you can see, they're busy, we'll call it remodeling, or chopping all the trees down. So again, very bumpy, lots of potholes, lots of gravel. Just make sure you're constantly watching where your front wheel wants to go. And obviously around the blind corners as well, you don't know who's coming up, so just make sure that you can stop. And this again, it's very steep. You guys probably can't tell, it doesn't show up very well on the camera, but it is very steep down here, so it will take you a little bit longer to get stopped. And also obviously lots of loose gravel on the road, so another issue to stopping quickly. And fifth cattle grid? We'll go with fifth. I think it's fifth. Oh, God knows. And yeah, slow horses. Does that mean the horses are slow, or does that mean I have to go slow because they're horses? Must admit, the Isle of Man is stunning today. This is why I returned from Australia for 2 months. So really getting down into Ballaugh Glen now. Not far to go until we're on kind of the main road through the glen. Lots of big rocks there, and it's kind of, because it's dappled sunlight, you kind of miss them a bit unless you're on the ball. So oh, fly in the eye. I'm pretty sure it's every video I get a fly in the eye. I don't know what it is. And obviously if they tend to put up those arrow signs for a reason, guys. If there's arrow signs coming into a corner, it tends to be quite a sharp corner, so pay attention to those. And here we are down into Ballaugh Glen and the road that goes to Ballaugh Bridge. Now I'm not going to bore you with the road to Ballaugh Bridge, so obviously turn right here. It's pretty clear. One says Ballaugh, one says no through road. So you turn right, go towards Ballaugh, into the 30 zone. I'm now going to drive down here, and this is where the magic of editing will fast forward me to Ballaugh Bridge. Okay, and thanks to my super speedy fast forward riding, we're suddenly at Ballaugh Bridge. So obviously this is the iconic place where the riders come down, jump over here, try not to go into the pub, and continue on towards Sulby. Great section after this. If you want to pull out from here, tip, there's the biggest mirror on the island over there, the biggest traffic mirror. So if you are struggling to see what's coming because there's a pub in the way, have a look in the mirror, that'll really help. That's going to be the end of the video for today, guys. If you liked it, throw me a like. If you've got any questions or comments, obviously comment down below, and subscribe if you want to see more of this stuff, okay? And I will see you guys in the next video.